Human design reveals who you are energetically and who you came here to be. I'm Dana, human design specialist.
And I'm Haley, the human design newbie. Listen in as we explore how leaning into your authentic self is your ultimate path to success. Welcome to the Human Design High Podcast. Let's get into it.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. It's so awesome to have you here yet again. Well, if you've been paying attention, listening in order, or at least the last couple episodes, you know that it has been kind of a busy time here in mine and Haley's lives. And this past weekend was finally the big day, and Haley and Presley were married on Saturday. And it was just an absolutely beautiful wedding. I expected no less from Haley. And the whole week was just a very busy, emotional, joyful, also some sadness mixed in there. If you're a parent, you would understand. Just so many emotions of this weekend. And as what usually happens with me after you have this kind of big emotional event, sometimes there's this letdown period afterwards, which was all day yesterday. I literally did nothing yesterday. There may have been a tinge of a hangover in there, but I think for the most part, it was just that sudden, like all that emotional energy just kind of bottoms out in a way. And it really left me a little unprepared for this week's episode because with everything happening and going on, I did not have the time to record an episode. And as you know, like I said, Haley was preoccupied, obviously, with the wedding and all the things that needed to get done on her end. So she's not been recording either. So the podcast has been always in my mind, but I wasn't really sure what to talk about. And so today is Monday. So it's coming out a little bit late. This may come out on Tuesday. I try to get them out by Monday, but it may come out Tuesday. Just depends on how much I get done. So it doesn't really matter. Anyways, it got me thinking this morning as I'm trying to sort of get back in the swing of things about that whole emotional quote unquote letdown period and how I can experience it differently now. And that is because I am a generator, but I'm also an emotional generator. And so for a generator, we know that there's going to be these plateaus in our lives where things are moving, and then we feel stuck, and then we're waiting, and then we feel stuck, and then so it's this plateau of getting us ready, which I believe I spoke about in the last episode. But I'm also an emotional generator, and my emotional wave is the 59.6, which is also called the source wave, which is the small undulations. It's not a big emotional swing type of thing, and it's usually experienced more when things are happening in my relationships. And I'm also a line 4, so there is a lot of energy for me around my relationships. And of course, this relationship with Haley is one of the most important ones in my life. And as my daughter, we're very, very close. Obviously, we're doing a podcast together. And so there has been a lot of emotional energy around this week. And then Sunday, everything was just kind of over. And I think in the past, I may have looked at this full day of Sunday with really nothing to do. I had blocked off the entire day as a day to get things done. My generator side feels like it should be doing something and working on something, working on the podcast or on the other things I'm working on, such as the working on with the new, what am I trying to say? With the body graph generator on my website, I'm working on in the background the ability for you to be able to download a report, a more detailed report that is individual to you. And that's something else I'm obviously just said working on. So it's all these things that I thought, oh my gosh, I should be doing this. But what my body was telling me And how I was feeling was that anything I did would have been a pushing. It would have been an effort. It would have been me trying to make something happen that, quite frankly, my energy, my body was telling me now is not the time. And so I chose to honor that. And for me, downtime yesterday was literally doing not much other than watching a marathon of Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. And yes, I'm not even going to call it a guilty pleasure. Well, yes, it is, because I do feel a little guilty, but not really, because I really gain a lot of information from watching these housewife shows and how people interact and how they behave. But that's what I did. I watched that. I watched it all day. And at some point, my husband came in and watched some too, which he would never want to admit to that. But that's kind of where our energy was yesterday. It was just in this restore, recharge mode. So, like I said, I didn't feel like it would have been a good use of my energy to push. And so I just decided to let the emotions settle, swirl, do what they want to do, because I knew that if I gave myself that time and that space, it probably would clear. And by the end of the evening, as I was going to bed, I was quite tired. The emotions did want to come up more. And I found myself really right before I went to sleep clearing a lot of those emotions by crying. And I don't even know why, because there was a lot of happy energy that came through, and it was just, my heart was so full. There's like beginnings and endings, and there was so much, and then it just came forth in tears, and then release, and then sleep. And here I am today. And so it got me wondering today, should I push out an episode? Should I see what just shows up? Can I skip a week? And I really didn't want to skip a week. I really enjoy being able to give you guys something each week. And today I decided, well, maybe I'll just try another meditation again. And this is what has occurred for me, is that I felt that we needed to maybe just have a moment in meditation where we can tap in to our emotional energy and observe it. Because as we've talked about in previous episodes, half of us are emotionally defined and half of us are not. And so emotions play a big part in our human experience. And we are learning how to use the power of our emotions to create more intentionally. And so the path to understanding this and being able to use this energy is to understand that it is just energy. For the emotionally defined people out there, that means that you're going to have an emotional wave, and your emotions, they change, they fluctuate. You probably feel more comfortable with your emotions, maybe not running and hiding so much, but you may try to identify, but figure them out. I know I was always trying to figure out my emotions and where it's coming from. And it's good to do some self-discovery and be self-aware, but at the same time, the observing part of your emotions really helps you track your wave, and also just understand that it is just a mechanical thing for you. You are just, as you are designed to, going to have highs and lows. They're going to move in cycles. You're always going to be in your own way cycling from hope and pain. And that is the natural state for you. And so for you, it's going to be more of a instance of observing, are you in your high or your low? Are you somewhere in between? And allowing the emotions to just flow and be observed. And that will get you better in touch with understanding your wave. If you're emotionally undefined, means that your emotional energy is affected by those who are around you. And this getting in touch with your emotions, this meditation I'm going to offer you here in a moment, will help you tune in to where you are feeling those emotions and allowing them to move through you, because you don't really have to really figure out where it's coming from. You just got to experience it, how it feels, and let it just move through you. That is your gift as the emotionally undefined person is to be able to experience the fullness of all the emotions of the people around you and how they are feeling, but not identifying with those emotions and letting them just pass through. You are the ultimate observer. So that's what this meditation is going to be about. It's going to be about just observing the emotion and then just letting it move through you. So I was going to keep it a little bit short today so that we can just move into the meditation, which is what we're going to do. So if you are somewhere where you can just move right into it, you're not operating a car or at work or anything like that, then we're going to move right into it. But if you are perhaps driving or doing something that requires your attention, you may not want to move right into the meditation now. You might want to take a pause and listen to it when you can. And so as I did in the last episode with the meditation, I'm just going to allow it to end. There won't be the outro music and all that. So on today's episode. So I just wanted to then say now, I guess, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy this meditation. I hope it helps you. And I really look forward to bringing you some more awesomeness next week. So I hope you have a great week. And thank you so much for being here. So take a seat in a quiet place where you feel safe, where you know you won't be disturbed for at least a few minutes. And sit tall with your spine long. If you're lying down, that's okay too. Just try to relax the shoulders, keeping your belly soft. Closing your eyes, or if that's uncomfortable for you, just gaze low at the floor, a spot in front of you. And as you do this, try to maintain a level chin for a nice neutral spine. Feeling the vertebra of your spine stacked nice and easy, one on top of the other. Not a rigid spine, but just naturally sitting tall. Feeling the connection of your body on the chair or the floor beneath you. Breathing gently in through the nose and out through the mouth, exhaling. Doing that again. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Do that one more time. Breathing in through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. And let's really turn the awareness towards your breath now. As you're breathing normally, the movement of the breath through the body itself. Remember, just breathing in and breathing out. Taking a few breaths here, finding that rhythm. And as you do, really getting grounded, settling further into your seat, onto the floor. Really feeling your body as it sinks into the floor, as your spine stays nice and tall. Letting the belly move freely, the rib cage with each breath in and out. And with each breath, you can feel the mind slowing, calming a little bit. And as the mind gets quieter, just keep scanning the body. Notice how you're feeling. Is there any discomfort? Any resistance, maybe? Just allowing that to be present, just being aware of it. And as you do so, also notice if there's any emotions present with you. And for today's meditation, we're going to choose to work with just one emotion, just one. It could be maybe anger, sadness, fear, guilt, noticing if you feel that present in the body. Or perhaps you're feeling a little more light today and you're feeling maybe love, appreciation, perhaps joy or even peace. Just choose an emotion, the one that stands out to you the most. And silently to yourself, create an intention. And your intention today is to use this chosen emotion as the object of your focus. So let's turn now towards that emotion and see if you can actually locate it within your body. And wherever it is that you notice that emotion, hold your attention in that space. If the emotion moves, your attention follows it. Can you feel it? Have you located? And try now to be present with this emotion. Notice all you can about this emotion, the details of its size. Perhaps it has a color, maybe carries a temperature, a shape. Could you describe what you see or what you feel? Just observe. And as you explore the characteristics of this particular emotion, be careful not to chase the object of the emotion or the story. Don't go looking for a reason for this emotion or a source of the emotion. Don't try to figure it out. Simply stay present in your body with the emotion itself. This felt sense of the emotion, how it feels in your body. We're dropping out of the head, out of the thinking mind, and we're present in the body, present with the emotion itself, your object of focus. And anytime you notice that the mind has gone off chasing those stories or wandered anywhere else, just come back to this felt sense of the emotion of the object of your focus. And repeat this process of returning as many times as you need to. Notice perhaps that the more you move towards the emotion, the more difficult it is to find. It is changing, moving. It becomes slippery. Like all things, this emotion is just energy. Emotion. Energy in motion. It's always in motion, always part of the grand flow. And by watching it, and observing it versus grasping it or identifying with. The emotion itself is given the freedom to move, to morph, given the freedom to go, to move through. The emotion is not you. The emotion is energy in your body. You are the witness, the watcher, the noticer. You are the ever-present awareness, the blank canvas across which emotions are painted, the sky across which emotions are the clouds, the stage across which the play of emotions comes and it goes. You experience emotion, but you are not your emotions. And for the next few moments, just continue to watch, observe, feel. Just be the witness and breathe. Bringing yourself back to the body, back to the room. Turn your attention now away from the emotion and back towards the self that is the witness. Notice the space between the two, the emotion itself and the awareness of the emotion. Remember that you are awareness, infinite, spacious, and free. So begin to return yourself back to normal breathing. No need to follow it anymore. Just allow the body to naturally rise and fall with each breath as it does in every moment of every day. And as you move through your day, and as you feel the emotions perhaps moving through you, just remember this moment that you are the witness, you are the observer. Allow the emotions to move through and allow yourself to be free.